Hey everybody, just getting the message out there. A little propaganda. Need to turn off the vid here so we don't get double the noise. Okay. What's up, everybody? Well, that's not a very good picture right there. Let's clean that up a little bit. Not a good picture. Looks good there. I mean, we already got two people. All right, everybody, back at it with the live play here. Anyway, just gonna finish playing some Flames of War. Trying to go at it here and figure this rule out. I think I might be having a couple people join in just to maybe while they're painting they can chat away. Ooh, got it going here. I got to get out of this chat thing, or I'm never gonna know what's going on here. So let me know who's watching. One person watching there. I think one of those people was me. So let's get this party started, as the kids say nowadays. Got my own little German markers here, so need to turn that down a tad. That's getting a little loud there. Zinzi's back. Kevin Schnetter. Hey, man. Kevin, it's a pretty new name to me. So, Kevin, if you watched before, I apologize, and I'm not remembering, but tell me what's up. And, Kevin, do you have any videos out there we should watch? Zinzi last night told us he does not. But Zinzi is my... look at the aircraft. What is that about? He's my... so I'm going to replace that American pin to that pin down and bail out. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I think these markers might be from the new version 4 or something. The Rogue's got a little bit of a dangling Chad here, so pardon me a moment. What is it fell in here? Okay, everybody. Sorry. So I'm going to take care of a little dangling chat off the thing. So, Zinzi, thanks, man, for coming on. I'll try not to ask questions, but, man, please pipe in. Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Well, I'm glad you joined us. This is good times. I played last night. Zinzi helped me out. I'm a noob at this Flames of War thing. I've got like a million pins in my pockets here. Like my son, he carries like a million pencils. Kind of his shtick. All right, so okay. So just as a reminder, what's happening here. See if anybody's joined us here real quick. And okay, so look, anybody will be joining, no problem. Okay. All right, so a little reminder about what's going on here. So the American Airborne are from the open fire box set that I bought from somebody that already built them. Need to be painted, obviously. I had some already painted stuff from another purchase I made. Attacking some Germans from someone I bought. Just, I don't know, they're not from open fire. They're from, some are metal and some are plastic. A lot of them have broken ankles. I think I can fix that with a little super glue. But let's, so these airborne are coming over here. They need to take, pardon for the little bit of a shaky cam action going on here. So they need to take this crossroads here. Okay, and I'm going to turn down that light just a tad. It's a little bright, a little overwhelming for the camera. So they got to take that crossroads there, and then also that chateau. I don't think it's going to happen based on what happened over here close. So the airborne over here, I can take this off here so we can get a little close-up action here. It's going to be a little shaky cam. Now, yesterday, I did a close assault over there, and I had the camera pointed at this one for like 10 minutes. And Zinzi was, and others noticed, like, what are you doing? So we're flying in here. So these American Airborne wiped out this first section. And this guy broke off and ran away, but passed his motivation check. So he's hustling back. Now I do have to look down. So pinned down guys cannot move at all? No, not that. Pinned down guys can move, but he has no command. So part of my goal is to get the 2IC that's over here to command. Now, I assume he just has to be within command distance. These guys over here assaulted this and completely blew it. So this was a full platoon and blew it. You can see there's basically this, oh man, I have combined teams. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if it really matters. Anyway, there's 2 teams left. So a squad is left with command, the company commander. That company commander probably doesn't want to be over there. Something probably happens to the Army when the company commander goes away. The 2 ICs over on that side of the battle. Yikes. I'm kind of nervous. So anyway, that's that. These mortars here have done essentially nothing. They need to get moving up here and start firing direct. This is 6 inches deep or wide, so you can't see across it. You essentially have to be into the orchard before you're seen. Yeah, I almost wonder if I should break this part of the battle off, and just sweep over to this side, because these guys are about to get wiped out, and I do not want to lose my CO. I can't imagine that's good. So let's get going here. It's German turn 2. I don't even know if these guys will be around to worry about that. All right, so who do we have here? So we have Zinzi, Kevin, Son, Justin. All right, cool. You guys come on in. Justin was just over at the Musty War Gamers chat as well. All right, Zinzi, you know I'll ask. Or you can just pipe in and say, "Hi, you're doing it wrong, bro." All right, so first thing we got to do is, pardon me for 1 second. Okay, got it. So a gentleman by the name of McMurray is watching, I believe, and he said he didn't know how to chat on mobile. So I don't know, use Samsung or iPhone. The Samsung, the iPhone, it's just you click live chat. So Samsung might have the same thing, and there's a little live chat, so you can see what the live chat's going on, and you just comment on it. So all right, so let's get going here. So my first step is, I'm going to have some checks coming up here soon, I think. All right, so the starting step is check company morale. Okay, I don't think well, when do the Germans do that? When do you check company morale? I can't, that's a crazy name. Oh, okay. Well, here's the question. So what I'm being told is that Zinzi's saying, and he's right, this is a rule. I remember seeing it. I don't know it that well, but so when you lose a platoon commander, you can promote a team to do it. So he could be a commander, but would I want to do that? Because wouldn't that limit his size? Is he going to go to a small stand, or does he just become that commander? Because I don't want to limit my size, because these guys have a long range, right? Well, 16 inches, whereas the commanders only have a range of, well, 4 inches if they're submachine gun. So do you change the standout? Because I guess they have the same rate of fire, right? Yeah. So let me know. Well, anyway, so obscus socum, ob ex socum. Um, the Germans have how many units? So I have to learn the terminology. The Germans have only lost, they've only lost a team and their commander to that platoon. It was a very small platoon. It's not a legitimate platoon build, but that's all they've lost. So I'm sure company morale doesn't happen. So, but let me just look that up real quick when you do company morale. So let's look it up on here, looking stuff up. Ah, we got Devin, the original Grognard, on. Sweet. What's up, man? Got some good crowd on here. 6 people. Dang. Okay. Nice. All right. So company morale. Let's just look that up. I know it's under command, but you know. 69, 175, 176. And I know I'm sure this drives some of you guys crazy, but welcome to the Robes videos. Who's in charge when a warrior command team joins a platoon? So he's not a warrior command team, he's a platoon. They become the command team. Okay, that's interesting. A company or higher command team always re-rolls failed motivation tests that it is required to take. A platoon or team, unless allied from a platoon joined by a company or higher command team, may re-roll any motivation tests required to take, blah, blah, blah. Platoons use their own motivation rating rather than the warrior's motivation rating. Warrior special rules. Okay, blah, 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 175, 176. Well, one thing about this game, for sure, is that it's pretty simple in some ways, but then there's a lot of little details, which I'm sure that's why they moved to version 4, where they took out a lot of that stuff to make it easier for newbies. Blah, blah, blah. We don't need to get into that right now. You must make, in the starting step, start of every one of your turns, that your company has more platoons destroyed. Oh, well, no. So both these, well, the Germans could have it because they had 3 platoons. The Americans just had 2 platoons. So, yeah. All he needs to do is switch stands. Oh, Kev, what's up, man? Man, all good. Kind of all kinds of luminaries in the wargaming video world are here. We have Kev with Big Board Gaming. You want to see some sweet board gaming stuff going on? Big board games, many different eras and styles and stuff. Go check out Kev. He's good. He does stuff. He's a good guy. Good man. I would have, if we haven't had this, I think he would have come to St. Louis, wouldn't you, a couple weeks ago? Would have been fun times, but we didn't. Okay, Devin, great videos on his channel. Go check his out. Wargaming, some video gaming, occasionally some sports, but mainly wargaming. Good stuff. Okay, if you got a channel, let me know, and we'll chitty chat it all up. Okay, so I'm kind of stalling here because, no, I'm not stalling. I'm spending a little too much time on the rules here. And as Kev says, let's get this party started. Kev, do you say that? I don't know. Someone must say it somewhere. All right, starting step, check company morale. Do not have to do that. Check victory conditions. Deploy ambushes. I can't wait to do that. Air support, reserves, rally pin down platoons. Here's a pin down platoon. They are veteran, so it's a motivation test. Nope. So that doesn't matter with the veteran. It's a motivation test. They're confident, so I need to roll a 4+. You roll 1 die. I got a 6. So I am good. That pin down is off. Good for them. So these guys, the Americans, are not going to roll. All right, let's see here. Bear with me one moment, please, everybody. One more time. Pardon me, everybody, here, just real quick. Okay. Everyone, please hold with me just one moment, please, ladies and gentlemen. Little. Sorry, everybody. Got a little homework, a little office, back office. No, housekeeping you need to do. Okay, it's all done. Let's get going here. Let's get quit messing around here. Okay, people? Okay. All right, so we've done all the checks. These guys are pinned. I'm not really clear what that's going to do to these guys. So now let's do some movement steps. Well, let me ask, I think just the Germans rally, right, on the German turn, I assume? Okay, movement steps. Select a platoon to move. Okay, so now, I got to rally this guy. Wait, he can't rally. There's no commander. There's no commander within 6 inches of him. So he's pinned down. Can he move? So here we go. Good. This is a good first time this has happened to me. Can that lone team move? Well, first of all, I guess you guys are saying promote him to a commander. And just for simplicity's sake, I guess I would have done that when. When would I have done that? So let's take a look here. And look at this, everybody. Cotton chewing.
You can hide me. Nobody needs to see this ugly mug this late at night.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see that face. What's up, Devin?
How you doing, Todd? What's up, brother?
Good. So everybody, this is Devin, original Grognard. He's got a channel, does wargaming and board and video a little bit, and occasionally a sports game here and there, mainly wargaming. So he and I played a few games, board games online. We need to do that again. It's been a long time.
It has been a while.
And got a little time during the day. I should probably schedule something during the day, maybe with you sometime.
Hide me so people aren't seeing my ugly mug and they're seeing more of your game going. They don't need to see me.
All right. Nope.
I haven't shaven in like 4 days. This is horrible.
All right, so
there we go. Now I can go back to eating breakfast for dinner.
Okay.
Because so I'm gonna
now, Devin, you've played. You used to play Flames of War ages a million years ago. So I imagine version 3 was your last one you played.
Yeah, it was about 5 years ago. It was right after version 3 came out, so I wasn't completely up on all the version 3 rule set that they came in.
Right, and there's a lot here. It's quite a thick tome. 250 plus pages. It's a tiny book, but small print. It's interesting when I'm trying to read it while I'm in bed. I'm like, holy mackerel, it's dark in there and I can't see. So, all right. So what I'm asking now is converting a team. So German special rule. Germany, blah, blah, blah. Create. So I can convert that guy to the command team. I got Zinzi on here, supposedly. He's answered my questions last night, holding my hand virtually to come on and guide me in the ways of this. So, Devin, what have you been up to lately while I look up this rule here?
Block and load.
Oh, yes. Oh, are you working on the design stuff?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of other stuff I've been working on as well behind the scenes.
Can you share some of the things you're working on, or?
Hang on. I've got multiple voice sounds going on. Oh, okay, there we go. I had multiple feedback in my ear. Let's see. Am I even still here?
You are.
Okay, good. A lot of it has been initial not initial play testing, but ongoing play testing for pretty much all the Lock and Load titles, digital titles that we've released in the last month and a half. Victory and Glory, the American Civil War game, of course, Lock and Load Tactical Digital, and Nations at War Digital. And I've been doing a lot of play testing with that. My own design is coming along. We finally gotten over the hump that was keeping the Lock and Load Tactical module from advancing forward. We have a name for it, Heroes Road to Stalingrad, and if everything goes right, we might be seeing a Kickstarter for that by the end of the year.
Ooh, cool. That'd be awesome.
Yes, we have not had a Lock and Load Tactical for a couple of years, so we are really looking forward to getting something else. And plus, we've got a bunch of other what's the word? It's too late at night. I can't even think straight. We got a lot of other irons in the fire for some Lock and Load Tactical stuff. So hopefully that's not going to be the only Lock and Load Tactical we're going to see by the end of the year. We are looking at some other stuff.
Cool.
So, and I can't say anything yet on that because David hasn't given me the authority to say anything on that yet. And I really can't say what was holding us up because we still kind of got that under wraps. Gotcha. Let's just say we are advancing forward. Kevin asking about Grenada. It's in flux right now. I can't say much more beyond that. There is a Grenada module. But like I said, I can't get into the details of what the status of that is. And if everything does work out, yes, we will be seeing Fallujah as well, Kev, over at Big Board Gaming.
Cool.
He was asking.
That's awesome. Devin, I was looking up some. What is the Kickstarter going to be on again?
It's going to be a Heroes Road to Stalingrad, which is covering Case Blue, which was the German summer offensive 1942 that led to the siege of Stalingrad. It's basically the 3 months leading up to Stalingrad itself. Stalingrad is going to be a separate module in the future if any of us want to actually knock ourselves out trying to do a Stalingrad module.
Yeah, the Stalingrad is so popular with gamers, and I mean, like ASL, as you were aware.
Oh yes,
Critical Hit, and then even like some Flames of War, some miniature games. People love battling Stalingrad, and I haven't got into city fights. I just haven't got into those much. So, yeah, but I'm Lock and Load all the way. So if it comes out, I'll get it for sure. So. Oh
yeah. So, and you have to get it. You're one of my playtesters.
Oh boy. I saw that went last time. Okay. So I don't embarrass myself. I'm going to move on. So I'm just going to say SOCOM. SOCOM told me it's page 242 is where you learn about that. It's called Mission Tactics. They just switch out. They become the command team. So they did, and they were also pinned, and I rolled for them, and they passed. So that would have happened immediately. It wouldn't have happened at this step in the game, but we just will. Since I'm just learning the game, that's how we're doing that. So, and SOCOM, you ordered those MDF buildings from Service of Precision. I hope they work out for you as well as they did for me. Did you order the terrace garden thing? I did struggle with that a little bit with the cardboard fencing. I wish they'd make that of MDF, but it does look good. After I painted it up, I was pretty happy with it. So, the robe. That's right. The robe is live. I actually had to put it on tonight, not just for showtime. It was kind of a little chilly down here in the robe cave. Okay, enough talking here, people. Let's get to work. It's time to move. These guys aren't going to move because they have an amazing shot on this platoon, and I am not looking forward to what's going to happen to that platoon, taking on all these shots, and now this machine gun can also fire on them. But it's still the move step. So let's move that guy. Oh, and now these all kinds of fire gets to happen from the Germans here. So they'll move 6 inches. Can he get to the shrubbery? He can, so maybe I'll get him behind some cover here. Just move that around. Maybe I could bring him on this side. Oh, he can't quite make it. So he's going to come over here and get behind some cover. The mortars aren't going to move because they're going to fire. These guys, can they see anybody? I guess technically they could. There are limits. They do limit you. You can fire out of windows and stuff, which is kind of fun. I'm not really clear. So one of the things I'm still learning. Whoop! I did it again, guys. I didn't move my camera. I don't have it on the whole table, which you can't see over there anyway. So I moved my. I did this last night too, Devin. I stayed all focused on like this little section of the table down here, and I was doing all this stuff up here. And Zenzi and some others said, "Are you doing anything?" Because the camera was still for like 10 minutes. They thought it had frozen up the video. I said, "This is the kind of professional video you get on this channel."
And yet we still love watching you.
Oh, yeah, just because it's such a train wreck. Okay. So you are limited to what you can shoot out of the windows. I think a team just has to be able to see out. There's a whole. So only 2 teams will be able to fire. Well, I guess this team could fire out that window. So let's see here. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I don't want to slow it down. But so we got 2 teams that can see out these windows and can hit over here. Well, they probably can't hit. But we're still in the movement step. Slow down. So do I want to move anybody? I don't think so. I could move these guys up. I might want to move them up and cover that opening ground, although they technically can see over there. So maybe I won't. Okay, so what else in movement? Command distance, everyone was in command. They are. All right, shooting. Select the shooting platoon. They can all fire out of building. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. A little review here. So thanks for the ask. So first of all, remember, I'm just trying to learn the rules. I set this scenario up to use a Blitzkrieg Commander, which I'd say is my favorite rule set for miniatures. And I got the scenario out of I Ain't Been Shot, Mom, a scenario that they made. They make a ton of scenarios for that game, which is awesome. So I set the table up for that. And the mission is the airborne are supposed to come in off this side of the table. And I Ain't Been Shot, Mom. They come in on blinds, and they are supposed to come over here and take this objective. It's out of the main rule book. It's like south of Cherbourg or something in Cherbourg. They take this objective and they take this building. And it's supposed to be 3 American platoons and against these. So you know what I should probably do just to, I could probably bring in those other guys that were down and start bringing them in as well. Because really they need it for the superiority of attacking a defending unit. But I didn't have that many, so I guess if these guys get wiped out, I'll replace them and bring in another thing in reserve. Thing, that is official military terminology. All right, so that's the mission. Hope that helps, Sokum. Let's get down here and see a little close-up shooting. Now this I have to get down a little bit, how this works. So this is the platoon. This machine gun's a part of that platoon. It's everyone's within command range, 6 inches. Here's the commander. So he's like the little connector point. Beep, boop. Well, typically, this guy wouldn't be able to fire through his teams, but he is at a higher elevation. So can he fire over them? I don't know. I'm going to say yes for now. And if he can't, I'm sure Sokum or Zinzi will come on and pull out their hair and say, "You goofball, you cannot do that." But I'm going to say they can for now so that I can get this firing going. So there is a platoon here. Now, there is a command unit here. And do they take part of the fire because they are within a certain range? Now, they would if there was artillery, and I think they would in other cases. But the target platoon is this: heavy machine gun, a commander, and 2 teams. So these guys are all firing. They're all concealed because they're in the orchard. You can see them. They're within 6 inches. Everyone's going to have a rate of fire of 2. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice. Definitely within range. Got these cool Flames of War dice that I got in this tin when I bought the pre-made armies, which is cool. And I got to get a drink of water. All right, let's see here. No, Sokum, there are no reserves. I don't really have reserves, but I will if this unit gets wiped out, I'll put them all in reserve and I'll give the Americans a reserve. Again, learning the rules, Sokum, so kind of winging it. And when you're playing solo, you can do whatever you want. Now, I don't normally do that. I don't normally just freewheel the rules like that when I know the game, but Modeling for Advantage is back. Sweet. That's another great channel, everybody. Go check it out. They play a lot of different games. And I say this every time they come on because it's so cool what they do. Because I love starter sets. I don't know what it is I love about starter sets. But they bought, for example, Flames of War. It didn't have to be Flames of War, but in this case they did. They bought one of the starter sets, played exactly with what came in the box, with the rules that came in the box. And then they got some more models and kind of just have been adding rules and adding complexity. And I love that because I think that shows people what it takes to get into a game and how simple it can be. Because miniatures can be pretty intimidating. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris and I need to play a little bit of World at War. Because Chris lives very close to here. But right now we'll play via online. So, okay, so no one's pinned down. Score to hit, so you roll. These guys are veterans, obviously, so it's going to be 4s. They do have cover. They're not gone to ground because they moved that prior turn. Oh, and the machine gun. What's the machine gun range? Let's make sure they're within range. It's one thing you have to get used to in this game. The ranges are real funky. He's within, and it's not 16, so he's within 16. So the machine gun has a rate of fire, some crazy number.
6.
No, it's gonna be terrible. This is bad.
Well, no, I'm saying the rate of fire on the machine gun is 6.
Oh, you remember it.
There's a few things I remember. Not much, but a few.
You remember correctly. It is a 6. Now they are concealed, so that'll be. Now this is the thing I'm trying to figure out here. I'm a little confused on. They're firing. There's concealment, but I don't think you keep adding concealment. I mean, there's this wall here, and there's their orchard, but I think they just get the protection of the orchard because they're not behind the wall. So it's just the orchard. So it's +1 for him. It's +1 for them. So it's 5 for everybody. I don't think I need to roll the machine gun separately. I think I can roll them all together. You said yes, they can. Well, even Chris. Chris, did you play Flames War? I didn't know that. Chris is called Not Jay on Rocky's War Room. So Chris doesn't have a channel, but he joins us on Rocky's War Room on his chats and things. On Saturday night, I believe we're doing it again Saturday night at about 8:45. We're going to be talking about lore. It's a lore trap. And so you could call it the fluff trap. And, do you hold to it too tight, or do you spend too much time on it and not play the game, or something like that? And then we'll do some of the crazy stuff. We watched it. Some of us watched a terrible movie, and we'll do a review of that and do a Sweet 16 and all that kind of stuff. So we call him Not Jay on there, and he joins us every night. So we're looking for 5s to hit, people. You guys are waiting for it. Okay, could I have rolled? Wow, I rolled 6 1s, but I also rolled 5 5s and 2 6s. So I rolled 5 5s, 2 6s, 6 1s, and a 4. That was quite the roll there. So now I allocate hits. This is the thing that kind of gets me a little screwy-dooey here. I think with these guys, though, I just pretty much allocate them because they are all the same. They're all the same. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 hits. So let's move these trees here. There's also going to be something here with pinning. So I think they're going to, well, okay, so here's some situations. They're already pinned. I think I would actually, though the defender puts it on the squad. So, ooh, yikes. Do I want 2 hits on the machine gun? If you're the defender, would you want 2 hits on the machine gun or 2 hits on the commander for testing for saves? Ooh, I think commander. So, I mean, I'm going to put the 2 hits on the machine gun. They save on 3s. So, oh, Kev, good night, man. See you later. Thanks for coming. Yep, concealment is there. You played second edition. I might pick up a second edition rule set just to have it. I think they're so close to 3. Concealment is always in play, right, Kev? Yeah, so they're pinned, but they're already pinned. Does that make a difference? Let's do this save. So save on 3s. So these guys save on a 3+. So they take a hit, so they're gone. Commander, 3+. Got it. This guy, gone. Oh, both of them saved. All right, so they lost 2 of the 4 remaining. So now, which is actually way better than I thought they would do. But they are veterans, so they're harder to hit. Oh, the machine gun takes 2 hits? Okay, well, I did that, so I did that. Is that because the commander always takes less? Score to hit, roll armor save, pin down, other saves, bulletproof cover, platoon morale. If below half strength and teams destroyed or bailed out, pass a motivation test or be destroyed. If below half strength, well, they're definitely below half strength. I didn't know if it was half strength for that turn. Okay, so pinned is still pinned. Okay. You gained design second edition for Battlefront? Oh, really? Soakum. Oh, that's pretty cool. Be interesting to talk to you about that. So that's the question I have for someone. Maybe I'll see if someone answers, but also look up. I'll be a big boy and look it up myself because, that's what a big boy does. And again, I appreciate everybody hopping on. We've got 7 people watching. It's a Thursday night. I'm sure there's a few of you who are, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm one of the furloughed in the world, so I'm got a little different kind of time on my hands than I normally would have. I wouldn't normally be playing at 11:30 on a Thursday night. So morale. So I guess trying to find the positives in it. I get to play a game, so that's cool. All right. Boop, 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 boo. Morale. Command. Oh, that's where I thought. Okay. Platoon morale checks, 172. The index and the table of contents are pretty good. And again, the rules are, there's a lot of writing in here, but the rules themselves are not that many. They just have a lot of kind of like descriptive narrative type, I guess, writing, a little fluff, and then the rules. Oh, I'm going to check at the end of the shooting step. The platoon has more teams destroyed than still fighting. You must make a platoon morale check for a platoon at the end of shooting if the platoon has more teams destroyed than still fighting, and it had teams destroyed or forced to bail out during the shooting step. Oh, so do you always roll for that if they are below half? So even if they didn't take, oh, it says and. So there you go.
I seem to recall it's every time it takes casualties.
Well, what I was saying is, so let's say they didn't take casualties. I was reading that as they, like, this platoon has more teams destroyed than still fighting, because you would, once you had that, you'd always have it. But it says and, so you have to do both. It has to be, you have to be more than half destroyed and take hits. So yes, they will take it at the end of the shooting step, and that'll just be a normal morale check for Motivation, I'm sure, at Fearless, so 3+, so pretty likely they'll pass. All right, let's go over here and see if the Germans are going to shoot over on this side of the board, which you can't really see. It's tiny. And let's see here. First, we're going to fire with these mortars. Now, they're going to be direct fire, so that's cool. Mortars and indirect fire weren't doing it for me so much. Now, I think when you're firing direct mortar, you don't have a template. I think you're just firing on the platoon like normal. Okay. Oh, I see. All right, so better leave a commander, 2 teams, morale check. Okay, yes, I'm still learning V4. So I have V4 rules. Curtis, who painted some of my minis for me, was not going to play it, and he sent me a version 4 rules, a version 4 cards, and version 4 late war book. So that was cool. And I played the Al Alamein with him on chat with me one time. He kind of walked me through it. I played V4, just the 5 tanks going, head to head. Okay, mortars. Rate of fire 2. So I'm going to fire 2 tubes at this platoon. So that's 4. And so these guys are, I'm going to hit what's an interesting thing about this, you use the easiest guy to hit. So there's the guy there. They moved the last turn, so they're not gone to ground. He's in the open, so it's just going to be hitting them on straight up, hitting them on a 3+. Nope, sorry. Scored a hit, hitting them on a 4+. So I'm going to roll 4 dice, I believe. Well, I guess I better check my range. I guess that's important. Oh, yeah. Do they take the penalty if it's over 16 inches? They do. Even if they're firing indirect, which kind of drives me a little crazy. But I want to get over that. And have some fun. Oh, it's over 16 inches. Boo. So it's a +1. So it's a 5+ to hit. 4 dice. All right, before I roll the dice here, let's see if someone is yelling at me about something. And I don't mean yelling as a bad thing. Yeah, Skokum, I think a platoon only takes a morale check when they are down to 2 teams. So right now, in this case, they would. There's some things about V3 that I kind of like, and some of it's, just based on what I've read. And I'm really enjoying this version 3 playthrough. So looking for 5+. I got 1. So 1, I guess it's on the one they were aiming for there. Oh no, the defender would put it on there, right? And do they have to put it on the person who's the least covered? This is another thing that takes the assault step and kind of figuring out who gets the hits. So allocate hits as follows. Valid targets, roll 5+. Priority targets first, best firepower to priority. Others before gone to ground. Operational before bogged down or bailed out within 16 inches, blah, blah, blah. Lowest timer first. Bunker busters to buildings, bulletproof cover. Unprotected before bulletproof cover. Okay, so it's those guys out in the open. And it is cock die. It is another cock die. I've rolled a 5 and a 1. It's a 2. So he does not save that. So he is gone. Gone, gone, gone. How important is it to remember the teams that are together? Or is it more important just to remember the platoons that are together? Because I have already forgotten. That one's now lost 2. And I've already forgotten that. So, okay. So he needed a 3+. He got a 2. Anything else happened there? I don't think so. So they fired. The mortars fired. Who else is going to fire? Oh, shoot. I think I was going to. Well, these guys, no one here is going to be able to hit them. So I should have moved these guys up here. These guys won't be able to hit for some time. But they're going to be out there in the open for a while. I really need to get some smoke. These mortars Might be able to fire smoke over here.
SOCOM made a comment, and I think he's correct. The mortars that you were firing, they were 81 millimeters.
Yeah, 80. Yep.
Okay, so they're an artillery team. They're not like the German attached 50 millimeter that they can take as an early war attachment. And there's 2 mortar teams there?
Correct.
Okay, you'd be using the barrage template on that, and you'd be using the 2 teams to determine saves, I think it is. The number of teams affects the saves. So that artillery barrage, what you just did as a direct fire, should have been a template.
Okay, so do I still need to roll to?
Yeah, you still got to roll the range in.
To range in. Okay, well let's.
But you have 3. You have 3 range in attempts.
All right, let's do that so we do it properly. So I was aiming on that center team there.
And make sure when you put down the artillery template, you angle it the wide side towards the artillery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't place the template any way you want. You have to put one of the edges towards where the artillery fire is coming from.
Okay. Well, let me figure out if I hit them first, then I'll put the template down. Okay, so does each tube roll to hit or just one of them?
No, you just do one roll. The number of teams in the platoon firing, like I said, I think affects the save, but
yeah,
it's
it does.
been so long since I played, so
it affects the template size and the kind of re-rolls rule. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let's go to artillery. So select the aiming point. So if I want to select the aiming point, is the aiming point affected by?
You have to put the aiming point on something you can see. If it's in cover, then you have to modify the range in by cover.
No, well then I'm going to range in on this guy here who has no cover. Okay, so here we go. Select where am I here? Artillery. Aiming point. Okay, got it. So I'm going to roll to range in on the target. 3 attempts to range in, and the target is veteran, so 4+. Here we go. 5. So they range in on the first roll, so that's good.
Then you got to put the template over to see how many stands underneath the template you catch.
So everybody, I'm using this huge template that came with this army I bought. But it is marked to show the 6-inch template as well. So that came up a few times last night. So it looks quite intimidating. Now, is it touching any element of a base, or does it have to cover half, or what?
As far as I remember, it's any bit, but that gets house ruled. Sometimes some groups say half, some groups say quarter, some groups say even if it's just a little bit.
So, it hit him. Let me check that. I didn't see him over there. Nope. Okay, so it's going to hit him, and him. So 5 people.
And SOCOM was asking, well, who's spotting? It would be a self spot, I believe.
Yeah,
you don't have anybody else.
The commanding of the mortar team is it's self-spotting, yes.
Yeah, self-spotting, yeah.
So check that the target is valid. It is. Rotate to face the target. Check if the target is concealed. It is not. Roll to range in on the target. Got it. Position the template. Roll to hit. Now I roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So now I roll to hit. Firing platoon skill is veteran. Now do I roll 4 dice for that because all the
you roll 1 die. Again, there's a lot of ways you can do it. I've seen it house ruled several ways. You roll for each unit, each stand individually, especially if there's mixed stands in there, or you can just roll it and then defender assigns hits. I mean, it's I don't remember exactly how it's supposed to be. I just remember how we used to house rule it. So
okay, most artillery have both bombardment and a direct fire. Without knowing which unit he's using, I can't say if they do or not. Okay, so yeah, I think. Okay, hold on, everybody. Where did I get that army list? Where did I build that from? I'm trying to think. Where was that list? Oh, it's over here. Seem to have lost that book. Yeah, see, I thought the 80 millimeter could fire direct. Why did I think that? Probably because I'm crazy. Okay, everybody, you get to hear me click around for a moment. Pretty exciting.
And SOCOM brings up another good point. Can you actually see them? Or is that hedge in the way going to block their line of sight? What unit are you sighting in on?
When I get down here, I can see them. Because they're up on a hill.
Hey.
This is a hill. You may not be able to see it.
Oh, that's a hill. Okay. But let's see, with the fence, no, it's woods that give the shadow, but I don't think a hedge does. So.
Yeah, so these are quite large, but they're really meant to be hedgerows, not bocage or something. So
right.
But they can see them.
And if you're on the hill, you should be able to see them anyway. So
yeah. So really, the Americans should be firing. Let me just see what the Army list here says for the mortar. So this will help me learn this here. So bear with me, everybody, as I'm cycling through. I'm just using the Open Forces, Open Fire Forces list here, just to make it simple. So 8-centimeter mortar. It says notes artillery. See page 40. That's all it says. It's under gun teams. Rate of fire 2, anti-tank 2, firepower 3+, artillery, notes, page 40. So I'm a little curious why there's a rate of fire of 4 if you're only rolling one die every time. Support platoon rules, artillery. A team with the artillery rule may shoot over friendly teams and terrain pieces, so as long as at least one team in the platoon can see the target when shooting at enemy tanks. But okay, so well, it sort of helps me. Not really. Didn't really tell me that if they can shoot direct or not. I don't know why I thought they could. I'll say we'll use a template because we did. I gotta close the program here real quick. Sorry, everybody. And we'll stall out here while I'm figuring something out. And all right, it's back to StreamYard. Yeah, Zenzel's yesterday when I was doing the assault said, this is really hard to give instructions on assault via text. Yep. Can fire direct only if clear line of sight. Well, definitely has clear line of sight. But so right now, let's just go with the template like we did. So, okay. Select the aiming point, did that. Rolled range in, I did that. Pinned down. Platoons are pinned down by 1 hit. All right, so roll to hit all teams under the template. Artillery, veteran. So let me ask you a question, guys. So they have a rate of fire 2, each tube does. So if I were firing direct, would I get to roll 4 dice?
Yes.
On the whole platoon, or do you still use a template?
No, if it's going to be, go with the rate of fire. So each mortar has a rate of fire 2. You'd be able to get 4 shots off. I don't know why most people would even bother with direct fire with artillery. It's usually more advantageous just to drop templates on people. Yeah. But others might disagree. And like I said, it's been over 5 years since I played, so I'm not the arbiter of probably what's good tactics in that game anymore.
All right, so in this case, though, I'm just going to roll 1 die to see if I hit any of them.
No. If you caught 4 under the template, you got to roll to see how many of them you hit.
Oh, I roll for each team.
Again, it comes down. I don't remember what the official rules are, but I know that you can either roll one dice for each team and then defender assigns hits, or like I said, I've also seen other people play it where you roll individually each team to see if they get hit.
I got you. I'm just going to roll 5 dice because 5 teams were covered under the template. And so I'm looking for the artillery is a veteran, so 3 pluses. I got 4 hits.
First hit will automatically pin them.
Yep, they're pinned down. I don't have very many pinned down markers. I need more of those, unfortunately. Okay, so now, so I got some guys in dugout positions here. Do I need to roll a firepower test for that?
I don't remember. I do remember that there are firepower tests.
Okay, so the question now is, do I roll firepower tests? Because some of them I would put, definitely as the defender, I'd put, a hit on each dugout unit.
Yeah, SOCOM was asking if indirect you have to range in, and he already did that. SOCOM, he rolled a 5 of range in on his first dice.
Yep. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for dropping by, and thank you for the comment on the table. I'm proud of this one, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, SOCOM, that's one thing I like about 3 is there's more command and more spotters and stuff. I kind of like that. So I like some of the details in 3, which is why I'm trying it first over 4 and 2. So, and 2 and 3 were so close together. So, yep, I did range in. Got it. And I was doing indirect. So the other guy that was covered, I mean, yeah, I put it on this guy here. So those are all my hits. Now the question is, do I need to? So let's just see if I save first. Well, it says roll saves for shooting, except vehicles. It doesn't say anything about a firepower test. So I guess if they were firing direct, I would have to do that.
Well, since they're dug in at firepower, there is going to have to be a firepower test because they are in foxholes, you said, right?
Yeah, dug in.
Right. So yeah, you're going to have to roll firepower tests, and if they fail the firepower test, then they have to roll saves. Or no, if you make the firepower test, then they have to roll a save.
Okay. So the firepower test for the mortar, I think, is a 3.
For an 81 millimeter? Are you sure?
I'm looking at my list here. Yes.
Again, is it a 3 plus? All right, go for it. Cool.
So 3 plus on that team over there. He got it, and for that one, he got it. So he got it for both of them. So they both have to roll for saves. Okay.
Right. Now, something you need to remember about saves, since you only have 2 battery or 2 guns firing, you have to confirm the saves. So they basically get 2 rolls at a save. Because you only have 2 teams doing the artillery barrage.
Oh, yes, that is accurate. I'm supposed to reroll hits, actually, on this template.
Oh, is it re-rolling hits? Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So
wow. So, I got to reroll all these hits.
Confirm the hits. Okay, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore. So,
and Zenzi's saying I got it backwards. You roll infantry saves first, then if you fail, you roll firepower, which is probably correct. Like I said, it's been years since I played, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, so I'm hitting on 3 pluses again. So all these hits are getting rolled again. That's crazy. And 2 of them failed. So now we've reduced it down to 2. So of course, I have to put one on the guy in the open. And I'll put the other one on this guy in the dugout. So now I'm going to roll saves for them. And
correct.
Then I'll roll the firepower test.
For the guy in the dugout.
So the guy in the open, doesn't matter, he's in the open. So the save is just normal 3. He does not. He's gone. Bye. And then this guy is going to roll for. He passed, so he does not have to roll for firepower then.
Yep.
Okay. It took a little while, but so we've learned that they can fire direct or indirect if they can see him. If only one team can see them, I think they're considered firing direct. I think that's what it looks like in the rule. So let's say this mortar couldn't see him, but he could. They can all fire direct on that unit. And that's from that little picture on page 40 of the open fire rules. So maybe there's some other more complex things in the deeper rules. I say all that, but then I'm still using this full rule book. So like I said, the reason I'm trying out Flames of War is, well, it's just the game that, it's been out there, and it's the World War II game. Definitely it's lost a lot of that luster, but it's just been in my conscience for a long time. And I realized how much I enjoy bolt action. I thought maybe I would enjoy it because it's a little simpler than, ASL. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna spend time on that right now. Okay, so what's Zinzi saying? Direct fire operates like standard shooting, so each team would need line of sight, while bombardment only the spotter needs line of sight. Okay, well, I'm reading that. I'll have to go back and read that rule to see what I'm reading wrong about that. So thank you. All right, so the mortars are fired. The machine guns can't fire. I should have moved them up to do it. Took me a long time to do that. And here we go. So yeah, anyone watching that's thinking about Flames of War, this is no indication how long a game takes. Half a turn does not take an hour. But I'm taking a lot of breaks to see what people are saying, and I'm getting a lot of help, which is fantastic. Artillery, assault. So do I want? Oh, at the end of the shooting step, I got to do this morale test. Now, I've got the company commanders like right here, but he's not attached to the unit. So I don't think he gets to do anything. That's one thing that I wish they did, but I don't think they get to. So let's just roll and see what I get. I got a 3. It's probably what they needed because they are fearless, and it'd be a 3+. Yeah, they're not a part of the platoon. They get to re-roll a failed motivation check. Wow. So it's hard to get rid of the fearless veterans. So they survived that step. So now the question is, do the Germans want to close assault these 2 remaining teams? I think they would. So let's go through that assault step again. So everybody get ready for a nice long hour. Just kidding. Hope. Let me make sure that's all I do. Okay, so select assaulting team. So these guys are going to assault. This platoon is pinned down. The company commander is not. So these guys are going to assault them. They're going to assault them. So I select the assaulting platoon, test for tank terror, charge into contact, conduct defensive fire. So they're going to go here. Now, I think this command unit here. Oh, I'm doing it again. Usually I have the camera on one spot, so this is a little weird doing this. Well, here's a question. So they're in command here, but if they charge, they're actually out of command. Well, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. Conduct defensive fire. Teams within 8 inches.
Well, Todd, it's been a delight. Letting you be on tonight.
Yep. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. It's always nice to have another voice on here when I'm doing this.
I appreciate you inviting me and allowing me to throw a monkey wrench in your rules.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it.
So I will talk to you later, sir.
All right. We'll see you. Thanks, man. Everybody's about to say goodbye to Devin. Bye, Devin. Oh, that's funny. So I can see 1 and 2 turns. That's awesome. Yeah, first couple games with Flamethrower take forever. The game tends to have a lot of early stumbling blocks, but once you know what you're doing, game go quick. Yeah, that's one reason I think I want to do that. It does have great support. I mean, the fact that you guys are on here says a lot. Okay, so yes, close assault motivation test. So hold on here. This SOCM. This is what Zinzi and I realized last night. It's tough on this thing. So this team doesn't have to pass the attacking platoon doesn't have to pass a motivation test to attack, right? Because I'm not attacking a tank. Okay. Let us know who's watching if you haven't commented yet, and let us know and jump into the conversation. All right, I'm going to have to read the book on this because this cheat guide isn't good enough for me yet because I don't know the rules well enough. So, pardon me while I find assaults here. So scary. Assaults. All right. Select assaulting. So leaderless platoons cannot assault. Pinned down platoons cannot assault. Must be in command. Teams that are out of command are non-assaulting teams. Troops too far away must shoot. Teams that shoot with more than half the rate of fire. And Teams that shoot with more than half of the rate of fire in the shooting step are non-assaulting teams unless they have a rule allowing them to shoot at their full rate of fire while moving. All right, so these guys all used their full rate of fire. So I think I can't even assault. That's really a bummer. So knowing I wanted to assault, I needed to attack everybody with 1 dice instead of 2. Is that what I'm reading? So let's see if someone answers me. Well, SOCM, I'm not. So SOCM, it's not in version 3. Select one of your platoons or your team as the assaulting platoon. It must be able to get into base contact. Pinned down can't assault. Leaderless cannot assault. And tank terror. It does not say anything about rolling anything. So a platoon with infantry teams within 6 inches of a tank must pass a motivation test. So I think we're good there. However, so I would say that I could do that, but I did fire at full rate of fire, which really eliminated that platoon down, and it would have made a huge difference. Instead of rolling 8 dice, no, I didn't roll 8 dice. I rolled more than that. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the dice from here. So I would have rolled just 4 dice from these guys, plus the ones from here. But you know what I'm going to do, everybody? Just again to learn the assault rules. We'll say all those hits came from the machine gun. I know that's not how the rules work, but let's just do this so I can learn the assault rules. But I got to remember that. So, because that is kind of important. It's very important. Okay, so how do I get back at morale? Where's my assaults? Well, and one other thing, this rule set is so big that it's kind of hard to. That's why having like a basic set of rules is nice to start. And that's what I was trying to do with the open fire set. But immediately, I've made it more complex. So I should probably just again step back to that. I don't have the open fire set. I'm looking at it online, and honestly, I don't really want to. I don't want to print it out because it's a lot of freaking color, and I don't want to print it out. Okay. So everyone just assume they fired with 1 die. All the hits came from the machine gun. It was just super effective. Okay, so we got all that. So now I know that that's the only rule that I came across. Cannot assault the double. Blah, blah, blah. Charge into contact. Move closest teams into contact. So I did that. Move other teams into contact. Did all that. Move remaining teams. When all of the teams from the assaulting or counterattacking platoon that can move into contact, then we move all the remaining that are within 8 inches. So is this commander within 8 inches? Let's check it out. It'd be awesome if he was. Then this machine gun's out of command. Oh, he's right in there. So he's going to move up here. So Zenzi's been through this with me last night. So welcome to this craziness. Went the most direct route, ignore teams that are out of reach, moving near the enemy. Charge who you shot at. When charging into contact, an assaulting team that shot at the shooting step must charge a team that was within 8 inches of a team from the platoon that it shot at. If it cannot do this, it's a non-assaulting team. Well, holy crap. So really, I got rid of 2 squads. So this, I mean, so he was firing out a machine gun. So he's a non-assaulting team. So he can't. All right, so he would be here. If I'm doing this wrong, let me know. And this guy would shot at the other guy that was gone. Can't push the fence around now. Just stay behind it. So these guys are non-assaulting teams. Oh. Oh my gosh. So it has to charge. So if this team was within 8 inches of a team they shot at, then they can charge him. But if they weren't, so I guess if this team was like way over here, more than 8 inches away, he hit him. He couldn't charge these guys, but the teams were all within 8 inches. Okay. You're doing it all wrong. You're doing it wrong. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I corrected myself here. What if I destroyed my target? Okay. All right. And again, I need to read the rules again, just like I did last night. So far, so come on, did I get it back right here? I hope. Charging into terrain, area terrain of team, and area terrain is unable to contact an enemy team to do blah blah blah. Okay, so we're good there. I'm not charging a building. Oh my gosh, that'd be yet another thing. I'm not a tank. I'm not in an abandoned position. Okay. Enemy teams within 8 inches of non-assaulting team. Okay. Any enemy platoon that has teams within 8 inches of an assaulting team is a defending platoon. So this leader here would be defending. Okay, so far, guys, I appreciate your help. Okay, so now, which platoons are defending? Any enemy platoon that has teams within 8 inches of an assaulting team is a defending platoon, including him. A platoon does not need to be in contact to be a defending platoon. Determine which platoons are defending platoons after the assaulting platoon is charged into contact. I've done that. So he's the only non-charging one. I mean, let's see if those guys are within 8 inches. They're pretty close. Thank goodness. Oh, they are just out of range. I mean, just out of range. And I'm going to make them out of range because I don't want to deal with that. So who can defensive fire? After the assaulting player charges, the defending player conducts defensive fire against the assaulting platoon. Only teams within 8 inches of an assaulting team can now shoot on defensive fire. No defensive fire at the double. So no one here moves at the double. No one moved at all. No, they did not. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Defensive fire uses the normal shooting procedure, including checking that the team is a valid target, rolling to hit, rolling saves, rolling to destroy with the following changes. Only assaulting teams within 8 inches are valid targets. So hits must be allocated to assaulting teams within 8 inches of the shooting team. And what do they call the non? So this is a non-assaulting team. So these are the assaulting teams. Wow, this is crazy. So they're going to get concealment because they move through the orchard. So that's good. They are. These are. They're American Airborne. That's the commander. Okay, so now what's my defensive fire? So the rifle machine guns. So it's 2. These guys are a submachine gun company command. Why did I not put that down on their list? That's weird. So what's the rate of fire of a submachine gun? Why did I not put that down somewhere? Sometimes I'm awesome. Sorry, everybody. How do I close that? Yeah, see, there's all the special rules for Germans and all that. Okay, sorry I got quiet there for a moment. So the American special rule is what? Oh, so no +1 for being pinned down? Is there no benefit to charging a pinned down American rifle unit? Seems like there should be some benefit to that. I mean, they get to fire? I guess normally they take a penalty. Yeesh. Okay, so assaulting, defensive fire. So it's just concealment. It's the only benefit they're getting. Yeah, and they don't take that penalty for being pinned, so that's huge. And I reroll misses unless pinned down. Okay, so that's a benefit. Okay. All right, so that guy gets 2, he gets 2, he gets 2. So I just roll them all at once, I guess. And I'm looking for their veterans are firing it, so I'm hitting on 4 pluses. Oh, so everyone. Okay, so they're pinned down. So I got 3 hits out of 5. I do not get to reroll the misses because they are pinned down. So that's 3 hits. And so now I'm going to roll. So they're not going to fall back because they did not take 5 hits. Oh, let me go back to StreamYard and see what you guys are telling me here. So a reduced rate of fire. Okay, that's good. Where is that? Yep. Okay, so I need to reduce that. So everyone gets 1 die. So I'm going to re-roll that. So now we're rolling 3 die instead of 6. Huh, 3 hits again. So okay, I got that. Yes, thank you. 5 concealed. So they got 1 hit. So because I rolled a 5 and 2 4s. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So one of the guys takes a hit. I don't think it really matters who takes it. We'll say this guy here. So save on a 3. I rolled a 5. So he's good. Did I do that right? So there's only one hit, so there's no bouncing back. Yeah. Well, this is a commander here. I'm using him. He should be on a small base. I'm not sure why this guy's on a big base, actually. I wonder if he's an observer or something. This is one I bought. Maybe ran out of small bases or something, but he's most very obviously a commander. I guess he could be a spotting team or something. But he's a big base, but whatever. So, guys, thanks for keeping me honest here. Okay, so nothing happened there. No damage there. So now, well, I'm gonna have to. I think what I need to do is I need to set up just a bunch of assaults and just do it over and over again. But it's nice having you guys here to kind of. This is the bad thing about learning games on your own, like this. And I play a lot of solo games, guys. You guys may not know, but it's fun. But you miss a lot of stuff, right? Like just little rules, and then you forget to apply them even when you do know them. All right, so. Now I'm going to roll. All assaulting teams within 2 inches. All assaulting teams within 2 inches of the enemy roll to hit. So it says all assaulting teams. Oh, I got to get back into the rules here. So, and yeah, and I throwing tanks into it. Holy cow, dude. So the assault does not fall back. Roll to hit with all of the tank, infantry, and gun teams that are within 6 inches. Well, this is a non-assaulter, so how can you be within 2 inches if you're not assaulting? I'm a little confused in that. The skill test to kill back and forth. Oh, well, here's a question. Sokum and Zenzi. Do they both get rolls to kill on this? Because last night I did one. I just did the assaulting side. Because I didn't get a counter assault. So let's just do this. So the Americans are going to roll the Germans are going to, the assaulting Germans are going to roll their skill test. And it's just the 4 people, right? Does this guy have any value? I thought he rolled something. Okay. He's within 2 inches. No, he's not. Oh, well, I guess I would have moved him within 2 inches. And now he's within 2 inches. Does he get to participate? Assaults. So roll to hit. All assaulting teams of the enemy roll to hit. Now, is this the skill? Yeah, so 3+, because these guys are veterans. They get it, right? The skill of the assaulter rolls. Assaulting team skill, veteran 3+. All right, so let's just roll 1 die for each shoot stand. Does the commander that's within 2 inches get to it? I thought he was a non-assaulting team. 3, 4. And do I roll them together, or do I roll them for each little assault? I think I roll them together. Okay, here we go. Looking for 3 pluses. 3 hits. 2 on him. 1 on him. I did not roll for him. So you're saying yes, the commander does get to roll? No saves for infantry. So those guys are gone. All right, so here's the question. Do these Americans get to attack back? Well, you said only if they pass. Okay, if they pass a counterattack after the Germans finish their attack. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no saves. These guys are gone. They're gone. So now I've lost an entire platoon in 1 turn. And now we got this company commander here. So let's see if I did that right. Yeah, well, there's no motivation test because there's no one left. Does this guy break off here? He was not in the assault. He's not a part of the assaulting platoon. Yeah, I get to push him away. That's cool. Can I move backwards? Because I'd love to move back to start to move back and defend this area. It says consolidates. They move up to 4 inches to consolidate. Can I consolidate backwards? I'm asking a lot of questions here. He's still a defending team, so it has to roll to break off or counterattack. Okay. So also German can consolidate on the U.S. commander. Oh, you can? You get to immediately assault on him? Okay, so I guess I should have rolled a die for this commander. I did not. Doesn't matter. Because, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, if this defender gets to fire, then the supporting ones get to attack as well. So you're saying I can consolidate because he's within 4 inches of all these guys. Do all these guys get to move over there and attack him? Because that's pretty cool. And can you only attach one base to that? I'm asking a lot of questions here. Let's go one question at a time. I mean, I guess it would be good to get the company commander. Puts me in range of getting seen by those mortars. Sure. All right, so the first question. So yes, I can consult. Wow. So bam, bam. A tree, bam. And I could surround him because 4 inches. He's on a bush. I can't fit back there. So bam. So then I guess I'll just say this guy's supporting him. So is it all the same thing? So wow, I did not get that. Hold on here. Oh, yeah, I don't consolidate yet, right? I counterattack. Hold on. Bloop. I got to test if that guy's going to be a part of a counterattack or not. I would not. I would back off. So let's see what happens here. So sorry. All right, so they won. Opponent test motivation test. All right, let's try it. So company commander, does he get any special thing to his company role? Ooh, I got a 1. Yeah, I changed it. I moved him back. Yeah, more teams can assault. All right. Yep, I'm going to put this piece of paper down here and go through the book again. Thank you guys for being my Zen leaders here. Allocated hits, rolled saves, blah, blah, blah. Other teams do not roll saves, blah, blah, blah. Push into enemy positions. Has the assaulting platoon 1? Yes. Opponent test motivation. If you have one. If you have not won the assault, the defending player. Holy crap. You have won the assault. If, after all the hits have been allocated, saves made, and any teams pushing into enemy positions have done so. Okay. An assaulting team that was in contact with an enemy team across a linear obstacle or through an opening, if they choose to immediately occupy the position of the enemy team, destroyed in that assault. If there is insufficient space, okay, well, they didn't do that. They were just right in the, I mean, they're in an obstacle, they're in a woods. Would they move up a little bit to move here? I don't know. You have won the assault if, after all the hits have been dinged, blah, blah, blah. Once you have won, you must consolidate your position. If you have not won, your opponent will test their motivation. You have won the assault if, after all the hits have been allocated, saves made, and any teams pushing into enemy positions have done so. You have no enemy teams within 4 inches of any assaulting teams, or the only teams within any assaulting teams are bailed out or bogged down tank teams and transport. Well, that's not that. So I guess technically I have not won because there's an enemy team within 4 inches. The company commanders here around these 4 German units. The second in command's over here. You can't see. There's 2 guys left watching, you 2, and I really appreciate it. I should probably just get you on this chat so you can walk me through this. All right, well, if you have not won the assault, the defending player rolls a single die. And I rolled a 1. Then compare the score with the motivation rating of the defending platoon. So let's do that. Veteran, 3+. Nope. Motivation test, fearless, 3+. Reroll failed motivation test if company or higher command joins. So do they always get to reroll their test? Well, Zenzel, are you on Facebook or something? Zenzel, are you on Facebook? Because that would be the easiest way. Or yes, I could send you I can send you a link to this StreamYard in Discord or in Facebook or something. So let me know. So now let's just. So did you see me in the post in Facebook? Or was that SOCOM that saw me in there? I posted it. You can message me. Yeah, message me here. I'm the one that started the stream, so you can do that, and you can. It's so weird how Facebook does that. So if you send me, I'm in the Flames of War group, and I'm just Todd Reed, and I got the 82nd Airborne, yeah, symbol. I always get the 2 mixed up. It's embarrassing. The Eagle, Airborne Eagle is my patch. You want to try that? Fine. All right, so let me check out Facebook. All right, everybody, doing a little Facebook work here. You get a friend. Oh, there's a friend request there. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Now I know your real name, sir. I won't say that loud. Invite, copy to clipboard. This could be frustrating for you, sir. I'm sending you a message. Hey. All right, we might have somebody joining here. If you're on your phone, it could be a challenge, but if so, you could probably just do audio. Because you can watch it on YouTube, listen to me on audio. So here we go. We might get somebody joining up with me here. We'll see. So I'm going to pause here for a second, and I'm going to look up a little bit. Maybe I'll just put the book here while I look to give you some fine thing to look at here. So let me look at company command motivation check. Nope, hold on. See if this works. Here we go. Sir, can you hear me?
I think I can. Can you hear me?
I got you.
All right.
Thanks for jumping on, man.
Not a problem.
So everybody, this is Zenzi. He helped me last night, and he's just jumping on, so that way we don't have to do it through chat. Socom, you can listen in as we go. Looks like we lost Socom. He said he might be right back. I'm going to go back to where my screen's the main screen here. And okay, so Hey, I mean, I really appreciate all your help you've been giving me last
Oh,
time.
not a problem. I have a nasty habit of just saw the stream and I was like, oh, well, somebody learned version 3.
Yeah.
So
So let's get to this now. I got a couple questions for you. So here we are. I've assaulted. This team was not in the platoon. That's the CO. He was just behind that platoon. So he was considered, I guess, was it? He's not.
yeah, he's the command team. He's the platoon commander. But since he's within 8 inches of the attackers, he's considered a defending team. So he's a part of the assault. Basically, it doesn't matter. You could assault 4 or 5 platoons with just one platoon, depending on how the board's set up, and they'd all be defending platoons.
Oh, okay. Even though you're not touching them necessarily.
Yes.
And those defending platoons do get to fire back in defensive fire?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So he did that. He participated in that. So now they won. So now he's got to roll that motivation test, right?
Yeah, you haven't won because he's still there. Yep. But then they roll for motivation he rolls for motivation to stay or leave, or you can just break off, which would be a full move away.
Okay.
So 6 inches away from the enemy.
Okay, so I rolled a 1, so he failed.
Yes, which would still cause a break off.
Yeah. Now he's a company commander. He was not a part of that, but he had not joined that platoon. Does he get to re-roll that? I see a couple of things where they get to re-roll.
Yes, the company commander would get to re-roll.
All right, so let's re-roll it. Oh, he failed again, a 2. All right, so when you fail, you have to break off?
Yes.
I would probably break off anyway. Because I don't think it'd be smart for one stand to attack.
He might get a kill, but yeah, he'd probably die afterwards.
All right, so to break off, then you just move a regular move away.
Yeah, a full move, so
6 inches.
6 inches in case of infantry.
He is going to better part of valor, get out of there. And I don't want my company commander dying. So he would move back. All right, so then that would be the assault step for everybody. Whew. Let's see, it said it would take me an hour. Did it take me an hour?
No, it's all right.
Only 35
Assaults are rough.
Yeah, it's crazy how many, so everybody can kind of see.
What's sad is they're not that complicated. There's just so many cogs that go along with it. It's like teaching somebody's just a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, with defending, and then I can't imagine if there were a ton of other platoons there.
Yeah, because you could have assault guns and everything else involved, depending.
Okay, so that works. So anyway, so that's we're still on the German turn. So that's assault step, and then that would be the last thing to do in the turn, I believe, right? Yeah, so that would end the turn 2. Oh, so these guys could consolidate. So that's a question.
Yes, they would move 4 inches.
Do they have to move forward, or could they move back behind the wall here?
Up to 4 in any direction.
All right. Well, they would move back because just
back into cover.
Their job is to defend this road junction, so there's no need for them to get greedy and go attack that mortar squad. So 4 inches would put him here. Perfect. Now, though, oh no, he's still within command. Shoot. Okay.
Also, that machine gun squad just worrying about being in command, you can actually leave teams out of command. They just can't move if they're not in command.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So as long as half of your squad's in command, you're okay. So you can just leave a guy.
Yeah, I mean, to me that makes sense. For the machine gun team, that's what you do. You leave them to support fire, and other guys are moving. Oh, well, here's another. Okay, so there's that. So let's just get some little nitpicky things down here. I can just ask you while you're here. So this guy is technically. Oh, you can't see. The thing that I like doing is talk about something you can't see on camera. This guy way over here. He's in the second floor. Although this building has 2 floors, but can he fire over his his fellow teams or not?
Yes, because you're firing from any point on the wall. So he uses true line of sight. So the line of sight point would go over your guys.
Okay. But if you were down on the first floor, he wouldn't be able to shoot past him because he'd be shooting through them.
As long as it's a heavy machine gun, you can shoot over infantry that haven't moved.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Gun teams can shoot over stationary infantry, but if they move, then you need an inch between your guys.
Okay, cool.
To shoot between the gaps.
All right. Well, cool. So, all right, let's, what was the other question? So we kind of talked about this whole deal over here. Way over here. I had these two mortar tubes, right?
Yeah.
They both can see everybody because they're up high on a hill. They can definitely see members of the team. So is it better to shoot the artillery because you cover more stands, but you have some chances to miss because you or is it better just to use 4 rates of fire onto the platoon?
It depends on what you're trying to do. If your goal is just to pin, it's probably better from bombardment because you only have to hit once to get a pin down. But if you want to kill with mortars like that, you want to direct fire because the firepower test on the bombardment for those mortars is only like a 6. Well, if it's direct fire, it's a 3+.
Oh, I got that wrong too. So, gosh, where does it say? Is that just a standard? It's not on the Army list, so is that just a standard rule that any bombardments are?
No, it is on your Army list. It just might not be on your specific Army list due to one reason or other.
Yeah.
But on the profile for the 8 centimeters, it's got a direct fire profile and a bombardment profile.
Oh, all right, let me. So that, like I said, that's just out of the
Open fire.
Open fires. Yeah, maybe they don't have that. So let me look in like a real Army list here. Oh, of course they don't have one. You scumsucker. Gun teams. So I'm looking in the bridge by bridge book.
Yeah, it's pretty generic mortar, so it should be in there.
I would think so, yeah. Oh, yep, it does. It has 2 lines. Cool.
So yeah, the first line's for direct fire and the second one's for bombardment.
Yep. So, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, cool. So there it is, everybody. That helps a lot to know that. So yeah, so I need to set up a couple more assaults off camera so that way I can kind of think through without all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do this all the time. I do too complicated things on camera, but it's good when someone like you jumps on and helps me out.
Yeah, I've been getting my game group into the version 3, and we've spent like an hour or 2 playing through our first assault just because there's just so many steps involved.
Yeah. So real quick, I see here Sokum. How do you voice chat? Well, if you friend me on Facebook, I can send you a link. So you have to debase yourself and like me on Facebook. So sorry. That's the easiest, quickest way. So Zinzel, tell me a little bit about so what do you play 3? What do you play now in Flames of War? Do you currently play?
Yeah, me and a couple guys in my local area play at their house. I played mainly German. Well, only play Germans. Mainly Panzerlehr. It's a motorized company, Panzer Grenadiers.
And what are you playing? Version 4? What version?
Version 3.
Oh, you're stuck with that. Okay. So
I actually started with that just in the last year.
Say that again.
Just started with version 3.
Oh, okay.
Some of our locals didn't want to switch over to 4, and I kind of agree for the reasons why we didn't. So.
Yeah, well, there's lots of actually. let me stop chatting for a second here so I can focus. So SOCOM, if we are connected on Facebook, then just send me a direct message, a PM, and I will send you this link because I do not want to post it live. I did that once before, and someone I didn't expect jumped on. So just send me a message, Todd Reed with an eagle on there. So that's interesting. So you started playing. Did you want to play version 4 or?
No. I mean, I dabbled with the ideas. Version 4 is laid out a little smoother than version 3, but there's just so much like flair lost from in version 4.
Yeah.
It kind of lost all its uniqueness.
It seems like it. I mean, like I said, my first game of Flames of War at all was a few months ago with another YouTuber, Curtis, and he and I just were on a private chat, not on video. I don't think I was on video, and just went through the Alamein. It was fun. So I was like, well, that was pretty cool playing it. Version 4, just some tank, just 5 tanks going at it, simple rules. So. But I had all these books I bought from somebody. He's selling a lot of them for like, I don't know, $30. I got like 20 pounds of books with all these version 3 books. And I was like, dang, these are pretty awesome. All the detail and stuff.
Yeah, the books are lovely.
Awesome. And I kind of wish, so some of the, let me see if he's jumped on here. Hold on. He has not yet. So I did send you the message, Sokum, and I do recognize your name. If so, when you linked up with me. You just click that link, and if you're on a phone, we'll probably just want to do audio. If you're on a computer, StreamYard does not work well with phones. Like, at least the last I knew they didn't. Anyway, yeah, so the one thing I did notice, though, as you kind of looking into the older Flames of War, they had all these books, and then they consolidated them, right? Like they had Bloody Omaha or whatever, and then they consolidated all their D-Day books into these huge slipcases and stuff.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about these thinner books, though, is they usually have like cool scenarios, but when they consolidate them, they seem to take the scenarios out.
Yeah, it seems like they got in a rush to just redo everything.
Yeah.
And it's more, it makes sense what their ideas are for like as a game. It's not bad, but it loses its uniqueness too.
Yeah. So it's faster and better for a new.
But they also did a really good job in version 3. I mean, at one point they were selling tanks and even had magnets that came in the kit for you.
Yeah, no, I think I got a couple of those years back when I was first getting into 15 mil, and I noticed that. I'm like, dang, I like their models. I think it seems like they varied in quality. They went to that soft plastic stuff a little bit, but I'm glad. I've always been thankful for them as a company because they have spurred other companies to create more 15 mil stuff for.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still seeing if he's joining up with us. So that's cool. So what kind of, you guys just play like the scenarios in the books, or do you play historical scenarios, or?
Yeah, we've just been playing the scenarios in the books.
Okay, cool.
So thanks to COVID, we've had a lot more time.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, so I need to set up and play a couple of those, even though I like playing historical scenarios. I think to help me learn some of the rules, I think I just need to then kind of just run through a couple of the scenarios in the books because they're designed for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where some of the, like this scenario here is not designed for Flames of War, so I need to know the game better on how to design the armies and stuff. So really winging it, but it's teaching me, especially the assault and all that stuff. And if so now I'll probably, since I've now wiped out a platoon, I'll probably just bring in that platoon as a reserve so I can practice the whole reserve thing. And
yeah,
it's a roll of a die. But so come, are you going to join us? I sent you that link. If you just emailed me, text me. And if you're not, then someone on the Facebook Messenger just got this message like, what the heck is StreamYard? So what other miniature games have you played?
I started about a little over a decade ago, 40K. And then I moved on to War Machine and Drop Zone Commander, Infinity a bit. So
Okay.
I've bounced about.
Sure. Yeah. Which one do you kind of like? What's your go-to? What do you like most?
Well, recently it's been Flames of War and Star Wars Legion.
Star Wars Legion, yeah. So we got a guy here, Chris, who was on the chat earlier. He is a huge Star Wars fan of the group that I have around here. But he buys all the Legion minis and uses a game called Fistful of Lead.
Okay. Yeah, no, Star Wars Legion is really well made.
Yeah, a lot of people like that one. I've never played it. It's not my scale. Not really kind of my focus, but yeah, a lot of people love that game. You paint the minis or?
I do. I'm lazy. So I've got a ton of unpainted models, but I can get a little bit better.
Well, those are good. You can those are hard because you want to, except for like maybe stormtroopers, but you want to put detail on them and stuff. I would think because I think they're pretty good looking models and stuff. So
yeah, they're pretty good, and they're getting a lot better now that they're moving to hard plastic.
Oh, they are. That's interesting. So come, are you jumping on here? Or are you not sure? Well, I don't know where SOCOM is. So anyway, I appreciate your help on that. I think I'm going to pause it since it's so late and I got stuff going on tomorrow. But,
all right.
But I do appreciate it. Yeah, so check me out and I'll if I'm playing.
If you need a hand, I can pop on again.
Yeah, we'll just start introducing tanks, which will add another layer. I'll probably also need to set up just maybe a little simpler kind of board, just This one's not too bad actually. Actually, the terrain is not too bad in Flames of War.
No, the terrain looks great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. It's set up perfectly for like a big battle. It's just you kind of short on guys.
Yeah, that I am. Like I've got enough Germans and not really enough for a Flames of War game. You need a lot of stuff. I did just start painting up this. Just primed them the last couple of days. This older box set I bought for like $10 a few years ago. Sorry, the glare. The rifle company. So I'll get some more Americans painted up.
Nice.
I'm actually going to paint them up as a provisional company that sort of with my grandfather's battalion in World War II. So that'll be fun. I just made a video on that, so go check that out. But yeah, I'll get some more guys. All right, well, cool. I appreciate you jumping on. Like I said, yeah, when I'm jumping on and maybe getting some tanks on here or something, I'll buzz you on Facebook and you can jump on if you're available.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it certainly helps having someone with all the nuances kind of point things out.
It's not hard. It's just lots of little steps that just due to English don't show up as easily as they should.
Yeah, for sure. Great. Well, I appreciate it. It's been nice having you. We have 5 people watching this chat, so it's awesome. Thanks everybody for jumping on. Gosh, all the people that are on here that have channels that popped on. We had Devin, we had Kev from Big Board Gaming, Original Grognard, Devin. Scrolling up here, Chris Honorable, he shows up on Rocky's War Room. Check us out over there. We're on every Saturday at 8:45 doing stupid chat stuff. Modeling for Advantage, great channel for Flames of War and 40K and other stuff. Yeah, I didn't realize all Red Sox fan was on here. Another good sports channel. So got a lot of guys on here. So awesome. Watch their channels. Give them all thumbs up. Subscribe. Blah blah blah. Zincy, thank you for jumping on. And I will send an invite later for you. And there's Curtis right there. Oh, and Paul Backus. So we got all these people jumping on. Fantastic. You've been working. So okay, guys, everybody, thanks a lot. Zincy, thanks, and we'll have you on later this time. And we'll see you guys later. See ya. Got in that broadcast. Bam.